What is up, guys? You got NotTheWorst here, bringing another Black Desert online video, and today we're taking a look at the patch notes for December 14th. Of course, what we saw announced at the Calpheon Ball, we have the new class released, so that is now available. Woosa, the Enlightened Butterfly, that is on all servers. I don't typically cover anything with the console notes, but of interest, they were supposed to be getting the class released today along with a major patch released. That is postponed without a set time, so yeah, pretty terrible for the console guys. Chalk it up to another one where console kind of gets neglected. Kind of wild to just bother to like press the announcement on a Saturday. You're like 4 or 5 days away from your target release date, and then on the release date you're like, due to unforeseen circumstances, we're not releasing it, and at least at the time of recording this, don't have a date that we're going to tell you when that update is released. So yeah, as cool as the Calpheon Ball event was that I was there, and as much as I think they did a really great job with the production of the ball, and they gave us a bunch of cool free shit and all things like that, that was a severe oversight, really bad mismanagement. I can only imagine the backlash between like Reddits and Discords and whatnot for console. That's honestly awful. But anyways, moving on, for those of us that aren't playing on console, we've got the new class Woosa, the Enlightened Butterfly, that's on there. Something just to note on here, of course, they got their, talk about where she comes from, Land of Morning Light, all that good stuff. It's the 25th class. But to note, skills that we don't have, the Robum skills, 2 Prime skills, and Magnus skills are not currently out for this class at all, like we've seen with other class releases. Her current skills have been balanced in PvE and PvP with the aforementioned skills missing from her skill list. Therefore, there may be some additional adjustments made to her existing skills when these skills are released. They increased, it looked like, PvE damage across the board on like all of her skills, between like 100 to 300% extra damage to try and compensate for this sort of thing. Only other thing I'll say about that is I remember distinctly at the last ball, the Heidel Ball this summer, they said that moving forward, it might not even necessarily been at the ball, but when we had Awakening Draconia released, or at least announced for release, they said that moving forward, they were going to release classes fully developed, meaning Succession and Awakening. They'd have their skills at launch, because it is a bit annoying, especially when you're trying to make content on a class like this. Like, obviously I want to do a pretty in-depth PvE guide like I always do for the new classes, and it's going to be kind of useless until we have these skills. So I can see both sides of it. Like, yeah, you want to get the new class like as soon as you can, but it's also really cumbersome when you have these like half released classes, half the kit's out. Succession, there's no Awakening yet. Like, okay, but without Robin skills and the Prime skills and stuff, it's just like, all right, how does she perform? Like, can't tell you for another month until we actually have like a full kit completed. And yeah, I wouldn't be complaining about it, except that they specifically said they were not going to do that anymore. Then they did it anyways, and okay, fine, because things, sure, but to then not address it. We didn't hear anything at the Calpheon Ball where they're like, we know that we said we were going to have these classes fully developed moving forward from now on, that they were going to release with their full kits available. However, such and such happened, or we have focus on the new zone right now, or this and this, something like that. We already had Woosa as developed as far as this far along with it, and we really want to focus on being able to deliver the new zone within the time period that we're setting for ourselves. Hopefully not setting ourselves up for failure by over-promising that. We'll see. Therefore, we're going to go, even though we said we wouldn't do it, we're going to go ahead and release what we have now, continue working the Prime and Magnus skills, and then Awakening we'll touch another time, so that we can continue working on all the projects. Something like that. But instead, they said nothing about it, pretended like that they never said that before, which is an ongoing theme in general, and again, completely mismanaged in my opinion. Anyhow, rants over. If you want to check it out, we saw the combat trailer at Calpheon Ball and whatnot. I've already been playing a bit on it, so I'm just about to hit level 60 and kind of get that going. Not doing a season 1 for it myself, just gonna tag it, which I already have, and kind of go from there. We do have the Butterfly Dream buff. You'll notice you have a sheet AP and DP that's going to be on there up until 1 month after the new class Megu is released. Remember, that's targeted for roughly January, so we'll see this till at least February, depending on the release date of Megu when that does come around, so you can enjoy that if it helps you hit a bracket or something. I hear rumors of people floating around that it's going to end up being permanent. I don't know why you would just say it's going to go away and then make it permanent, so yeah, take that with a grain of salt. We've got the new winter season that has started up. Nothing super new here. Of course, you have buffs and stuff on the season servers and what have you. We've got some life skill XP buffs on it as well. The new items still exchange for the same amount. You can get 140 stack and 100 stacks along with that. It's just change the name again, Violet Fan Charm, and then the Wrist Butterfly. That'll exchange out for up to a 50 stack on those as you're grinding. Of course, we have a new winter season pass. pretty standard for those at this point. It is the same as they have been over and over. So yeah, nothing really changed. The rewards are going to be the same. I know people sometimes ask, are there going to be any more Kaposha accessories? As they said previously, they're all set on Kaposha accessories that are going out for season rewards. So it's another 100 stack undoubtedly along with this one. So next up we have events, and there are quite a few since we have a new class and a new season launch that are going on. So first up we have new class and new season. This illusory butterflies are going to drop while you're grinding and doing whatever. They can be exchanged out for various items, enhancement items. Golden Blessing of Agris has been around for a lot of events lately. You also get this Woosa celebratory ticket. You can get up to 3 of these. It's going to get you essentially into a raffle. They're going to give away 2,000 pearls to 1,000 people on the drawing per server, NA and EU separate for that. So getting these just while you're doing it, maybe you get lucky and win 2,000 pearls. Maybe not. We've got a hot time that is in all the time for 500% combat XP and 50% skill XP, and then during the weekend we have 1,000% combat and 100% skill XP bonus added on. Getting your Woosa to level 60, you'll get some rewards there, enhancement stuff, Cron Stones, Valk's Cry, etc. You'll also get a raffle. Everybody that gets a Woosa to level 60, you'll be entered in a raffle tickets where they're giving away some AMD GPUs and CPUs, so maybe you get super lucky with the RNG there. There's also one you can enter for sharing your Woosa on social media if you want to get into that. You can complete missions on Gleam, which I don't even know what that is, to be honest with you, and when you try to find out more, it looks like they have not actually released the information on that specific event just yet. So, I lied. It's on there now. My bad. When I looked at this earlier before recording, wasn't there? Check out the Gleam event page and follow the instructions to unlock a coupon. Redeem the coupon to enter the giveaway for an AMD Ryzen 9 7900X. So another CPU giveaway if you are looking for that. We got season character growth. Again, pretty standard. Level up your season character, you get free stuff. Winter season's out, so play the winter season. You get free stuff as you continue to finish those season missions. Then for returning adventurers, along with the new season, they're giving out some extra stuff, some pets, some blessings, Try to Vala necklace out of the gate for you. And then we have, this one's a pretty cool event just because I've triggered this multiple times already this morning. Grandpa Kron pops up randomly while you're grinding, and when you defeat essentially this giant present that he has there, you'll either get a red or blue Christmas bundle. I got 1 red so far. The red is actually looks kind of insanely good because your low end stuff is like 30 mil item that can be exchanged, or 10 memory fragments, which roughly 30 mil depending on your server kind of thing. But some of these are pretty wild, obviously at a rare chance the higher up you go, but the bottom end is not bad at all if you just get a red one. The blue one, pretty straightforward. I've only gotten Santa poles out of them, still an extra 5 mil item that you're getting several of every hour that you're killing mobs anyway. So yeah, obviously Cronstone's on the upper end for that, and the Old Moon Fortune Scrolls. Pretty cool event. I always like grinding events because it goes along with grinding. Moving into content updates, we do have a few class changes that are actually doing something. We've got massive PvE buffs to Ninja Succession. We also see some PvE buffs brought over to Witch and Wizard in a few of their skills, and that although noting that freezing effect on one of their skills there was going to be PvP only, which is supposed to be a PvE buff as well to not kind of screw you up there. So those classes do see PvE buffs, and then we see some nerfs and actually technically a PvE buff to Dark Knight. And what do I mean by that? Well, what everyone's been complaining about, the interaction of Twilight Dash into Comma Slash, which is an auto target, essentially teleport behind the opponent. It's a knockdown skill, it's protected, and it was a fully charged Comma Slash, which is one of the, not the, but one of the highest damaging skills, depending on certain circumstances. It was changed to now no longer be a fully charged Comma Slash, as well as it no longer auto targets right behind the opponent. It's a set teleport distance, so think something like Airstrike, where it's a specific distance that it's going to go, except the collision on it does not work like Airstrike, so a little bit of getting used to. And then as far as it being a PvE buff, that is because although it's no longer a fully charged Comma Slash when you use it, if Twilight Dash into Comma Slash, the number of hits was increased, and it actually just does flat out more damage as a non-charged Comma Slash than it used to as a fully charged Comma Slash. So the charge attack on the max end was 1710 times 7 when you would use that, and we're just talking the PvE numbers here, and it's now 1710 times 11 on it. So it's something like, I forget, 5,000 more damage or something like that off the top of my head for it. If you choose to use it outside of that, then a fully charged one is obviously just going to hit even harder. So if you have the base level one, you're still getting 8 hits on 1710 as opposed to 7 hits on 1710. So technically a PvE buff, although the interaction of how it targets is going to take some getting used to. Moving on from that, we've got Monster Zone improvements. We saw this actually a while back on the Global Labs. Kaffir's stone rate drop pretty much increased around the Prodigy Cave all around the board, as well as making the monsters a bit easier, so it should be better loot, easier to kill. We've got improved Odolito Monster Zone and Tukunta as follows. They essentially changed how the mobs leash there, so that it's going to make it a little bit easier pulling mobs together and killing them faster. And you're now guaranteed an Ember of Despair when you defeat the Latuka dude, so it's no longer like a chance at it to kind of help you progress. Makes sense because the Winter Guardian for the Labreska Helm grind already does that at this point. So yeah, Rift's Echo got a little bit of an update, somewhat similar to the other scrolls that you can run now for the season 1. Not entirely the same because you got stage 3 for 3 party members with the number of scrolls that are in it, as opposed to like the 5 setup that you see, the maximum number of scrolls per participant. It's on there. You'll see this when you create your Woosa, because you absolutely have to play this silly little tutorial thing for it, but it'll list the skills you can use when you're on this whatever, I don't know why you put it in the game feature, to kill these ancient weapons that you literally can't die to, so whatever. Excuse me. Changed up some cheering animations for specific things that are coming out of boxes on here. We got some loot updates to Quentin Maraca, which we also saw coming off the Global Labs. And then we Monster Zone improvements, some changes again to Schultz guards, which we've seen continuously revamped. It was changed to a three-man party Monster Zone, and season and combat XP were increased so that adventurers in the season server between 220 and 250 can enjoy party play. In addition, the rate of Agris Fever consumption was adjusted for season adventurers. And in short, the number of monsters adventurers would need to defeat was decreased, while obtainable loot and XP were increased to accommodate more adventurers. With this combat XP adjustment, we hope that Schultz Guard will become a nice stepping stone for adventurers playing on the season servers. I haven't checked it out myself because I haven't made a season character just yet. I probably will, but I have heard very, very, very good things about it. Next up, we have a change to the pen accessory quest, the Jatina daily. They're essentially making it permanent that it is now double the rewards on it, so they want to double up the length of time it takes you to grind that out. I'm not sure that's entirely necessary because it wasn't like it took forever, and we are talking about a pen accessory, but I'm sure they had data supporting like people were losing interest on this type of thing because of it, so we're just going to almost hand out pen accessories at this point, but I mean, they're Narcs, tongue grad earrings, and crescent rings, so it's not like, you know, true endgame items, but is what it is. Moving on over to the Pearl shop this week, we have, of course, the Black Spirit Pass. It is maintained at 3,000 pearls now after a year or so of kind of adjusting that price. The last 3 seasons, I think it's been settled in at 3,000 pearls. If you're playing season, you can swing it. I'd recommend it. If you don't care, you're not completely missing out, but it is definitely some pretty good items out of that. Good value overall, especially if you value Advice of Valks for sure, because exchanging those for those like 100 and 140 stack can be incredibly lucrative if you enhance. Then we have the Woosa outfit that is on launch. It's 2,900 pearls for the classic set, 2,200 for the outfit set. Something to note that the classic outfit box that they gave out for the Calpheon Ball can actually be opened on her. It's not in the description for it, but I did do it and equip it. So if you still have that box and you haven't melted it or put it on something else or whatever, you can actually equip it onto Woosa right out of the gate. So yeah, definitely use that one if you want to. Then you don't have to pick up the only outfit that is currently in existence for her. They do have some, of course, accessories, underwear, all the usual there. We see a progression support pack that's along with it. It's 2,945 pearls. It's got a 30-day value pack, 30 artisans, Celestial Horse's Spirit, the permanent horn. Or excuse me, the any distance horn, plus 16 inventory. We got some Elion's Tears, some XP scrolls, magical elixirs, drafts, food, etc., etc. Equipment tailoring coupon in there as well to get that extra slot if you're going to be playing Woosa quite a bit. We've got an Adventurer's Journey pack, which is 5,150 pearls. This one doesn't have the value pack with it, but it's got outfits in there. The Trainer's Flute, permanent one, some Mystical Cronstone bundles, and then you choose either Blessing of Commissylve or Secret Book of Old Moon. Quadra Premium Pack, 8,840 pearls. It is, of course, 4, because Quadra. Premium Outfit Boxes, 2 Mystical Cronstone bundles, and 5 item drop scrolls. We have the Character Slot Expansion coupon, because they did increase the number of slots by 1. It is 50% off for now if you want to pick that up, 300 pearls. We've got the Arctic Fox around again for winter season. He comes with a bonus of 7 item drop scrolls. You can do the pick of the litter pack, deciding what type of enemy mob pet that you want to pick up. Those come around from time to time as well. We've got Pick of the Litter pack 2 that has the Hedgehog and Polar Bear in there if you're looking to pick those up. We've got Enhanced Secret Book of Old Moon. It is a Book of Old Moon, and then 10 item drop scrolls and 1 Supreme Old Moon scroll. So I suspect we'll see the Blessing and Commissylve version next week based on what they've done before. You can also pick up 2 20% discount coupons for 100 silver each out of the loyalty shop if you want to get that, and 30% discount coupon. These are all one purchase per family on these, also 100 silver. We got 20% off the mount miscellaneous category and pet category, and then we've got some extended sale on loyalty items, so things that were already in existence. It's not listed on this page because reasons. And then the weekly outfits set is the Maywa Scarlet Destiny, 2720 pearls, 20% off as per usual for the weekly outfit sale. So there you have it for the patch notes and Pearl Shop for this week. Let me know what you guys think about what's going on in the comments down below. If you're a console player and you stuck through the rest of this video, let me know in the comments. I'm just curious what the talk of the town is, or what they're going to say for a projected release on that update, since that was a massive selling point for the console boys coming out of the Calpheon Ball. But I would be interested to hear that. If you didn't enjoy the video, be sure to like it. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe so you get notifications when new videos do go live. And if you'd like to catch me playing live, there's a link to my Twitch page in the description down below. Jump on over there, drop a follow so you get notifications for that as well. With that said, that's going to be it for this one. I want to thank everybody for watching, and I will see you next time.